The college football experience, Ohio State Buckeyes 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at Underdog Fantasy. UnderdogFantasy.com, that is. Use the promo code, our promo code, TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, everybody. Joe Theismann here. You're listening to SGPN. So do this. Let it ride.
To the college football experience, Ohio State Buckeyes 2025 season preview episode. YouTube.com/the college experience. We are completing the triple header, back-to-back nights. We did the Appalachian State preview about 2 hours ago, then Penn State, and now we are talking the reigning national champion Ohio State Buckeyes 2025 season preview, as we are on the road to breaking down all 136 college football teams in the FBS, a solo podcast for every single team in the FBS, just like we do each and every year, damn it. So hop on over there, youtube.com/the college experience. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
Okay, Buck Nuts, let's go. Let's go. You got the natty. I'd be lying to you. You got the natty, and you should own that all day. Great ride, great road to get there. Shout out to Ryan Day. I know there's a lot of pressure against him, but I will say that I was on vacation just a week ago, walking my dog through the beaches of South Carolina. And I come up on a house where, I don't know how we started talking, but I started talking to a guy who had rented a house right on the beach. We started talking about everything. And then I realized he's a big Ohio State fan. He's got the license plate thing on the top, Buckeyes. And I'm like, oh, how was, congrats on the natty. And I said, how was the natty? And he goes, fantastic. And I go, where you at with Day? And he goes, eh. And I swear to God, we had a 20-minute conversation about why he wants, he's like, he's got to prove it to me. And I'm like, damn, you just won a national championship. What a world. What a world. I am joined by my co-host. He's been in the coaching world before. He knows about this struggle. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governors, at South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. How are you, brother?
Yes, only Ohio State, where you could be 70-10 overall, 46-5 in the Big Ten, win a natty, and still, let's talk about the Buckeyes. Defending
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
I mean, isn't that the worst part, though, is like, I mean, part of me loves it because it's like you hold the rivalry in such regard.
the M word.
Yeah, you hold the rivalry in such regard, but he was just sitting there. He's like, I don't know about that. It was almost like you didn't trust him. He was like, yeah, I can't, like that prick. Any other place you win a natty, they want to build you a statue So some fans will let their wife give them fellatio, give fellatio to them. So there it's like, nah, you prick, you still lost that game again. But here we are, reigning national champs. I'm wearing a shirt, so shout out to youtube.com/the college experience. Get on over there. I am wearing Ohio State. Someone sent me this shirt back in 2017 when we first started the show. And I used to be able to, I don't know if he asked my size or not, but either way, I feel like I'm out of shape because I put this on for this is the first time ever on any type of thing that I've been wearing an Ohio State shirt. Not that I'm a Michigan fan, but I just always forgot in a way. And then I did bartend, right by the Rose Bowl for a long time. And there was a couple of obnoxious Ohio State fans back in the day, but I buried the hatchet, Mac. But I do have a shirt. Go Buckeyes. What a season a year ago, man. And I feel like, where are you at with Ryan Day, by the way? Where are you at? Because you said 70-10.
Yeah.
Brand new coordinators at both spots. We'll talk about them in a second. But Mac, I want to know, is the stranger that I met in South Carolina when walking my dog, is that the voice of the average Ohio State fan, or is that just an outlier?
I would say, I bet you it's split now. That was definitely the voice after late November last year when they lost 4 in a row to Michigan. But I mean, hey, when you go on and you beat Tennessee the way you did, and then you beat Oregon, number 1 in the country, and
I was all over both those. All over both those. Subscribe.
Get revenge from that game that you dropped earlier in the year. Then you beat Texas, and then you cap it off with a win against Notre Dame and the Natty. I mean, he's done everything he's supposed to do. He does need to win the game at the end of the year, but I mean, come on, he's got you a Natty.
I mean, it's an interesting spot because I can see both sides. It's like Ohio State. I was building the slideshow and I forgot to put the names in, by the way. At the end of this episode, there'll be a slideshow of a bunch of Ohio State greats. And you're almost dumbfounded of how many great players have been through this university. Whether it's Jack Tatum or Chris Spielman or just Pepper Johnson. You can just go a million. Honestly, the catalog is like a million players deep. So I can understand the other side of like, wait a second. We're supposed to be, any coach can take us to the national championship, right? I think some think that. I honestly think so. And then when I look at the players, I guess I could say, well, I guess they have a point. You're telling me this guy was third string running back, third string wideout? Yeah. So like I can see a little bit of it, but come on. But the question is, I think, just certain fan bases, would you rather win a national championship or would you rather beat your rivals? And there's a couple rivalries that I actually think they would choose. I think the Egg Bowl, personally. I think you talk to a Mississippi State fan, they'd rather beat Ole Miss than win the national championship.
Auburn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are there's like 6 or 7 rivalries where I feel like I think Army Navy might qualify for that. So yeah, there's a few rivalries where that exists. Backyard Brawl, does that qualify? Yeah.
Well,
okay.
yeah. I mean, unfortunately for the Mountaineers, it cost us both, and Ohio State got in the national championship because of that.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Sam in the chat. We have a fan, and I'm assuming FCS Nation Radio is in the house. Shout out to them. Max, some people say there's only one "the," and it ain't Ohio State. They say it's the Citadel.
Oh, they do have "the" in their name, so shout out to the Citadel. Ohio State fans are going to disagree with you there, Sam, especially coming off the Natty. They're pumping their chest, I still think, in Columbus.
As they should, man. That run was great. I made so much money on both the Tennessee and Oregon games.
Oh, those were easy.
And Texas, obviously. The Texas one was actually a little bit dicier than I thought it was going to be. But Oregon and the Tennessee one, I had a large amount of money. on. So thank you, Ryan Day. No, you will not get anthrax in the mail from me, sir. All right. Let's talk about the offense because Chip Kelly's gone, right? And he's in the NFL for a year, and then he'll get fired and then come back down to college football. That's just how it works. College football coaches struggle in the NFL. I think they do a little bit better in the NFL than NFL coaches coming down to college, but it's not. They're not. They're for every Jim Harbaugh, there's a Cliff Kingsbury and then some. So Hartline, big time recruiter for them. Obviously, former wideout for Ohio State. I'm fascinated to see how this works. Obviously, their roster is always talented. People will be like, "Oh, they lost a lot." Well, yeah, okay. I watched Carnell Jones, a third-string quarterback, win a national championship for them. Not going to panic at that. Scoring offense was 14th in the nation last year. Passing offense was 29th. Rush offense was 58th. Charting at the 30th best offense in the country, Mac. They return. Well, Julian Sayin's back, but he never started for him. There's no stats because Julian Sayin, 5-star, originally committed to Alabama with Saban. When Saban left, came over to Ohio State. People have been raving about him. Obviously, we have no real film to back this up, but exciting to see this guy and a great get for Ohio State in the portal. They also have James Peoples, who I'm hearing. I was talking to my. We got TCE Moles down there in Ohio State, and he was telling me James Peoples is the fucking real deal out of San Antonio, Texas. They also brought in your boy, CJ Donaldson. So 2 really good running backs. Donaldson's rushed for over 2,000 yards and 31 touchdowns in his career. The run game seems to not be a problem, as it never really ever is at Ohio State. And then they might have the best player in the country in Jeremiah Smith. In his freshman season, he had 1,300 yards and 16 touchdowns. Unreal. Build the statue now. All right. Now the rest of the offense, if you're wondering. So once again, they lost Will Howard. So quarterback's an unknown. Running backs, you lost 2 running backs, but you have a starter from West Virginia coming in that's been a starter for years. Carnell Tate is back at the wide receiver spot, obviously with Jeremiah Smith. And then 2 of 5 back on the O-line. Mac, I think we have our biggest question here. Chip Kelly Will Howard was like a 5th-year starting quarterback. Yeah. You had Travion Henderson. You had why am I drawing? Yeah, Judkins. Thank you. That's the name I was drawing a blank on. From Ole Miss. You had an unbelievable talented roster a year ago, but they're always talented. They just don't. They might not have the numbers yet. Mm-hmm. I am not panicking at Brian Hartline being the OC here. Chip Kelly, sure, he's been the OC a long time, and maybe there'll be a little bit of regression at times, periodically within a game. Statistically, I expect the offense to be even better. How about you?
Yeah, I wonder with Hartline, will they air it out more? Just because Hartline's a wide receiver. I mean, we've heard about Hartline for years now, and he finally gets a crack at calling plays. Day finally handed it over to Chip Kelly last year and took on more of that CEO, GM type role, and just overseeing the program. So now Hartline gets a crack at it. I mean, yeah, saying that he's young, but he's talented. He was a 5-star. And one thing about Ohio State, too, it's just like what all these other really, really good programs is, it's next man up, and they'll be just fine offensively. I'm not really worried about it. And they have the best wide receiver in the country. Yeah.
And what's crazy is, like, you go through all these, and it's like Carnell Tate's a really good wideout, too.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, like, we've seen guys go be a 1st-round pick, and it's like, oh, they're gonna take a drop, Olave, and who's the other one that
million ever since
I mean, it's wide receiver you at this damn place.
It's really player you,
yeah,
like because linebacker you can go position by position. You think Maybe some years they were, a year with Fickle, and then I felt like 1 year with Day they were a little softer. But majority of the time, man, they get just great football players. And they do a great job coaching them up. It's a mixture of everything. They have the resources to do that. So that's why I'm not panicking. I think the offense will be fine. All right. Julian Sayin. So Will Howard was a 3-star. Now, granted, he had 4 years of starting experience before, which I think is undersold. I hate these recruiting guys because which one is it? They pick and choose their battles. It bothers me. Because they'll be like they'll belittle they'll like go out of their way and like belittle the Big 12, and then we watch like Will Howard come in and he's like, the guy's not any good, and it's like, well, he won the national championship for him. Which one is it? Right? I know he's surrounded by a bunch of great guys, but CJ Donaldson is now going to be the running back. He's a Big 12 guy. So which one is it? All right. Like I just feel like you look at some of this stuff and it's hard to fully buy in, but then again, they have to sell their subscriptions. I get it.
Hey, real quick to my point about wide receiver, it was Garrett Wilson. I was drawing a blank on his name. All right. In 22, first round pick, Wilson and Olave. The next year, Smith and Najigba. And then the next year, Harrison. Then this last draft, Egbuka. So 5 different wide receivers in the last 4 drafts in the first round. And we're saying Jeremiah Smith's better than all of them. and Tate's not bad either.
It's been going on forever, too. Yeah. David Boston, Joey Galloway, Chris Carter, maybe one of the best receivers ever. Yep. Right? I can go Jeff Graham, Bobby Olive. You could just go on a million of these fucking guys. Like I'm forgetting some stuff. Hartline was a good receiver for them. You know what I mean? Like there's Stablen. You can go on and on. I'm forgetting some as I say this, right? But you look everywhere. Ohio, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
he's a special teams guy.
There's a Ted Ginn. You could go just a trillion of these fucking guys. I'm not panicking. They'll be fine. Defensively. Oh no! First, let's talk about what they brought in the portal. I apologize. CJ Donaldson does come in from West Virginia. They also brought in West Virginia's Justin Terry at the offensive tackle spot. I don't think he's going to start because Ethan Onyanwa is going to start from Rice. Which one is it, Mac? Is recruiting good? My sources tell me in Columbus the NFL scouts have this guy ranked as a first or second round draft pick. Which one is it though? Is it the recruiting rankings are that good, or why'd they need to go to get a guy from Rice? Could have swore Cam Ward was in the FCS. But Eli Brickhandler also comes in from Houston Christian. This is the stadium with the CVS. Are you familiar with this? You should Google image Houston Christian football stadium. It has a CVS. It's like part of a CVS. It's great. Also Max Klare, the tight end from Purdue, he's good. He comes in. So they did attack the portal and only brought in one Big Ten guy. I think the offense will be better.
I'm interested to see how Donaldson fits in, just because Donaldson I wasn't the biggest Donaldson guy, and it's not just because he left West Virginia. I thought Jaheim White was better. But I mean, he is a good short yardage back, so I don't think he's going to be the lead horse.
Dude, Donaldson 2 years ago, I don't think it was last year, 2 years ago, I was a big fan. Yeah. That when he started to get the bulk of the carries that year, I thought he was incredibly hungry, and I was like, wow, okay.
He wore down.
If he plays that way, he got paid too. Yeah. We can say what we want. You get a bunch of money, you do fucking change. Your edge is not as hard. All right. Yeah. You start going around town, you're fucking strangers. You know what I mean? Like life is different. All right. Before no one was interested in you. So, yeah. Okay. I think the offense will actually be similar, if not better, personally.
Agreed.
Yeah. The defense, Matt Patricia is the new DC.
How random is this?
Okay. I'm not going to panic at Hartline, but Patricia is like, but then again, you're Ohio State. You have like the greatest defensive players, Chris Gamble. I could go on and on. Katzenmoyer, Spielman. There's just a slew of great defensive players. They just always have. Vrabel, I just feel like they always have great defensive players. Last season, Jim Knowles' defense was number 1 in the nation in scoring defense, 3rd in pass defense, 3rd in rush defense, 1st in total defense. Okay, Matt Patricia, it's a tall order. But what a good scenario to walk into. I know Matt Patricia's an NFL guy. Normally, I like to fade that when they come to college, but not when you walk into a team that might be the most talented.
It's an NFL.
I mean, the only concern I would say is D-line to me. D-line, you lost a ton of production from a year ago.
Yeah.
Their only returning starters are Sonny Styles at the linebacker spot. Igbinson, I don't know how to pronounce his name. The corner, Caleb Downs, maybe the best defensive player in college football. Kicker, Jaden Fielding's back. Punter, Joe McGuire's back. I just feel like the D-line, because the D-line will still be talented. It's the question, can they be great?
Dominant, yeah.
Yeah, like Ohio State hasn't had a D-line that wasn't talented since like the fucking 1940s. But I do wonder how fast can you get a team that's just not there as far as reps compared to a year ago up to speed. They went to the portal. They brought in Bo Atkinson from everybody's got a player from North Carolina.
Everybody loves Bo.
Mac left and everyone just dispersed. Logan George, I heard people have been raving about this kid from Idaho State in the FCS. Linebacker Ty Howard also comes in from the Duquesne Duke. Shout out to CJ Sullivan. Kicker Jackson Corville comes in from Ball State. And also another North Carolina guy, long snapper Grant Mills comes in. Mac, the defense will not be as good as a year ago. I'm just going to be bold.
Well, yeah, I mean they were
number 1 in the nation.
Yeah, they were like Michigan the year before that, just dominant defensively, and they lost a bunch up front. But I do like the talent up front. I think that Patricia, by the way, I didn't even recognize Patricia. He's lost a shitload of weight, and he's completely changed his image. So
really?
Yeah.
These college chicks are in town, dude.
I know. He looks completely different. I didn't even recognize him. But I think Patricia will do
he did some lipo.
Yeah, he got some advice from his old mentor, Bill Belichick.
It's like, damn, Bill's hitting that. Man, I'm in Columbus.
Yeah.
This football's a religion here.
What
the hell am I doing?
Yoga?
He shaved his beard too. I'm looking at photos right now. He shaved his beard.
Yeah, he's fucking cleaned up. He's ready to go get some.
Well, he found God, and God is football at Ohio State. All right.
Yeah, he's
not in the NFL. NFL's pro. It's all pro shit. You know what I mean? They take their days off. You go. He signed on to be a DC at a coach that won the national championship that half the fan base hates. That doesn't happen in the NFL.
Hey, him and Bill are gonna have a nice couple nights out, chasing some mid-20s girls. But I think one thing about Patricia, he's used to coaching really good, talented guys. I mean, New England had some dudes on that defense. I think he'll do just fine at Ohio State. I know we think about the Lions' tenure, but I think Patricia will translate nicely.
It's almost hard to be like I feel like I shit you not. I feel like you could put me or you at DC. And I actually feel like I'd be all right. And it wouldn't be number 1 in the nation, but I feel like we would still have like a top 25 defense. I'd be like, yeah. Hey, Day, let's just do what we did last year. What were those packages? Yeah, let's keep running that. Keep running that shit. All right.
Go sack the quarterback, Chase Young or Joey Bosa.
It's like Tecmo Bowl. It's like Tecmo Bowl. Run right. Run right. All right. Folks, we're going to talk more about Ohio State and their upcoming schedule. It's a very exciting time. Could they repeat? But before we do that, I want to let you know that the College Football Experience, Ohio State Buckeye Edition, is brought to you by, well, first, us. We are the College Football Experience. We're part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. You can listen to every podcast the network does, meaning all of our shows, the NASCAR Gambling Podcast, MLB Gambling Podcast, everything. IndyCar Racing, College Baseball Experience, College Basketball Experience, Sports Gambling Podcast, Bottom Line Bombs. All of that on one and then some on one spot. That is the SGPN feed. Just type in SGPN, get it wherever you get your podcast. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride. We're also brought to you by Circa Millions and Circus Survivor. Think you know ball? Then you have to enter Circus Football Contest to, with a chance to win $21 million in guaranteed prizes. There is no rake, so if entries go above that guarantee, all that extra money will go to that very prize pool. Circa Millions, you pick 5 NFL teams against the spread each week, or go, for the ultimate sweat in Circa Survivor, which I do. It's a bundle of fun. There's also the Circa Grandissimo for $100,000 Survivor contest as well. You must register in person at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada, Las Vegas. What a great excuse to go out to the biggest sportsbook in the world that has stadium swim. If you haven't seen that, Google image that. It is incredible. I will be there in 9 days. Yes, I am counting the days. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com, use the promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including all the summer sports, MLB, CFL action. I watched the CFL game tonight. WNBA, golf, all that good stuff. And, of course, they got the college football futures we all want, the NFL futures we all want. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to mybookie.ag, but when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back at Patricia. It's going. That was a strange one. That was out of left field. I didn't see that one.
I didn't see that coming either.
Yeah. And by the way, shout out to the chat, because I do want to say I am completely on board with Ohio State fans. Fuck Big Noon. We want night games. We want some night games. Give us a noon game here or there. I don't want to see every single noon game, the top 5 matchup. No. Diversify.
How great was that Tennessee game in prime time?
As I'm saying, Fox, get your what are you playing on Saturday night, you bum asses? All right, you already put Rutgers and USC in the same conference, you fucking losers. You can't fix this a little bit? What do you got? What do you got going on Saturday night? Some
World
CSI.
Series.
Baseball's been dead for baseball's like disco. That shit's been dead. All right.
Get that World Series shit off. Play.
Yeah. And I love baseball. But I see their numbers. All right.
Yeah.
They're like Blockbuster Video in 2007. All right. They're like just hanging on.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk. So we talked roster. We talked new coach. I think that is the biggest X factor is quarterbacks unproven.
2 new
offensive coordinators unproven. DC's proven on the NFL ranks. D-line, obviously, I think that's the biggest thing to me is D-line. The D-line was awesome last year, and I don't know that they have that. I think they have talent. I don't know that they have that from a year ago. That all is part of state of the program, just like winning a national championship, which they did last year. But so is stadium. And Mac, you know what? There's times I've come at Ohio State fans because they're fucking super passionate, and sometimes can be, you clash just like any other fan base, but maybe more so. They're super passionate. Ohio Stadium, known as the Horseshoe, 103 years old. They get it, dude. I am very proud of what Ohio State does as a stadium. I think it is better than way better. We just did Penn State. This is way better than Penn State's. Michigan fans, cover your fucking ears. It's way better than Michigan Stadium. This stadium, you can argue as the greatest stadium in the world, in my opinion. Like this. What do I always say? It's a fucking castle, man. Football, it's your castle. You protect your castle. Look at this fucking thing, dude. That's a castle. They get it, and they haven't adjusted this thing. 103. I mean, they've adjusted within itself. NFL, take notes. You should have done this to Cleveland Municipal. Instead, you got the Browns going to a dome. What a fucking tragedy. I tell you, the NFL is just such a shit product. It's you're watching the Arena League. That's the Arena League these days. This is the epitome of a gem, dude. And they've only built into it, dude. That's what I'm talking about. If every other stadium did this, within college or the NFL, like NFL does just completely deletes it after 20 years and makes taxpayers pay for it. But this is a shrine, dude. Look at this thing. It looks like you're going to a goddamn fucking art museum or something. Look at this. They get it. They get it. This is their castle. You will not come in. And I this is back to the flag planting thing. I get it. I get it because this is their castle. This is what they built. And this is fantastic, dude. You look at this and you'd be hard pressed. Look at this shit. They honored it 100 years. It's 103 now. Wait till you see some of this stuff, dude. This shit is incredible.
There's so much history in that building.
Dude, fucking Jesse Owens won a gold medal here. But how many great football players have played on this fucking field? My only knock would be that it's not grass anymore. They've gone to the artificial turf, which is much, not only is it more dangerous for the players, it just doesn't pop as well, in my opinion, on screen. And it's just football should be played on grass. Look at this shit, though. Look at this shit.
It's a museum.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Penn State is doing some new shit, trying to make their stadium look like a Best Buy. This is what I'm talking about. They get it. Look at that shit. Is that a Michelangelo? Oh no, that's fucking Maurice Claret or something, right? It's fantastic. It is the epitome. Look at this shit. 103 years old. I'm telling you, man, you'd be hard pressed to find a better look at this. And this is when you walk out of the tunnel. Our honor, defend it. Of course, you defend it. Now I understand why you're not going to plant a flag at midfield. Fuck you. Now you're not. You're not going to do that. This is our castle. Fuck you. You might have beat us today. Fuck you, though. I love this. This is football. This is what it's supposed to be. Every team should be honoring that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Their band obviously is fantastic. They are everything that is right about college football. This is back in the day, and you can see they have it. They've updated it, but they haven't fucked with it, dude. This is what every stadium should be. NFL. Oh my God, will you take notes? Look at this. That's back in the day. And then look at it now. It's still incredible. It's still incredible. All you have to do is put money into it. Look at that castle. You're not taking that fucking castle. Fuck you, right? You're not taking that castle. It's to me, they do the epitome of just bravo. Thank you.
The horseshoe nickname is perfect too. Like when you have the overhead, it really is a horseshoe. The more you look at it, and it wasn't. They didn't even name it the horseshoe. That's how it just became a thing. Yeah. They looked at it and said that. But thankfully, there's still soul in the sport because these TV execs come in there, these NFL owners and shit. Cleveland Browns fans, you should get municipal back. This shit is gold, man. Look at this. They're dotting the I there.
You wonder why it matters more. The sport is awesome because of this. This is a huge element of it. Their fans are fantastic.
Brutus.
Yes, you're playing on the same field that fucking Archie Griffin ran on. You're playing everything that is great about Ohio State. Look at this. This is the Snow Bowl, 1950. Fans are out there. They played Michigan for a chance to win the Big Ten. Snow Bowl, 1950. Look it up. Look at this, man. It's just great. It is great. Sometimes people look at this. They still got the old shit from 103 years ago. Look at that shit up there. That is awesome. This is what I'm talking about. Yes. Shout out to Brad in the chat. People say sometimes, Dundee, why do you like the college football better than the NFL? They're not even on the same planets.
Yeah.
This is they protect everything. Look at that stadium. You kidding me? There's a reason why. There's a reason why we go batshit crazy. All right? Like, this is... Look at that. Mac, what do you give this 1 to 10?
Oh, it's a 10. This is an easy 10. Yes, we're agreeing on the stadiums again, everybody.
Yeah.
This is 11. The horseshoe's fucking awesome, and that place going to be jumping week 1 now. We're gonna get to that game here in a minute.
Oh, yeah, those Texas fans, by the way, have called us out for picking Ohio. We did the Texas preview last night, and we got a bunch of hate from Texas fans thinking they're just going to walk into the defending national champs home and just push them around just because they got this golden arch bullshit. You know what I mean? Buddy, you give it an 11. I give it an 11. But state of the program, how do you not have it as a 10? They just won the national championship.
It's a 10. They do need to win that one game in November, as your guy from Myrtle Beach will tell you.
Yeah, unbelievable. Let's get into the schedule. But before I do that, I also want to let you know that the Ohio State Buckeyes season preview episode is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. So sign up. And when you do, use that promo code, our promo code, TCESGPN, to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits there. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, you probably heard me talk about Rhythm before. Well, guess what? They just dropped a game-changing new feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a very high ROI. Think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily, too, and exclusive to Rhythm and Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets, baby. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know we will be. Also, get your free 7-day trial period. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. All right, we are back. The chat is rolling. Ohio's a fantastic football state. Not when the Browns go to a dome. Makes you want to vomit. Fucking Jim Brown, Paul Brown, rolling over in their graves. Yeah. State of the program, you can't go past 10. I mean, you can go past 10. You can't go lower than 10.
You win the natty, it's a 10.
Yeah, and probably a 15 or whatever, right? Ludicrous speed. All right, and then.
And may the Schwartz be with you. What a world, what a world.
All right, game one. Texas, these fans, I shit you not, Ohio State fans. We're on the Texas preview last night, giving our honest take. And I said, there's a lot of unknowns about both teams. Texas replacing 4 or 5 on the O-line. Obviously, Arch Manning's never started a road game before. I made the mistake of saying never starting a game before, but I forgot that he did start against Mississippi State and some other bullshit team. But he's never started a road game before. Which, to go to the Horseshoe, their castle, I think is pretty bold. Texas also replacing some defensively. I'm sorry, Texas fans. Ohio State beat your ass last year. Where was that game? In Texas.
It was in Dallas.
Yeah. And I just can't take a guy that's never. Let me tell you something about college football. Home games matter.
Yeah.
You ever wonder why Saban would play every non-con game at a neutral site? Remember that? Like every Power 5 matchup, he would put in Atlanta.
Or have a home game.
No, and also he didn't want to go on the road. He didn't want to do a home for home because he was like, wait a second. I got this home and home with Virginia Tech. That would not be cool to go to Lane, or it would not be cool to go to Morgantown, or it would not be cool to go to Camp Randall. It would be cool for the fan, but you increase your chances of losing greatly. Ohio State's 1-0, Mac. Fuck you, Texas. Horns down. What are you doing here?
Horns down, baby.
Yeah.
I understand that Texas is optimistic because of the upside with Arch, but it's his first road game with the new offensive line, just like you said. And I think Patricia's defense, they'll lean on that defense and they'll ride into victory. I know Sayin is also unproven, but he's at home and he's got Jeremiah Smith and he'll make enough plays. I think Ohio State wins a entertaining one.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the amount of hate we got. Okay, sure. It's the Texas fan base. They still think they're
Ohio State's favored.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just clearly their fan base is delusional. There's a reason why they only have one national championship since fucking integration. So they think that they're goddamn,
Ohio State.
yeah, exactly. They think they're Ohio State and they're not. So you have to take the home. There's question marks with both teams on a lot of positions because but I mean, obviously they both recruit at an elite level. They both have a lot of money. They can go out and buy whatever player they want. But I'm going to take the home team in a battle of unknowns. And another thing is I don't like Steve Sarkisian in big games. I'll take Ryan Day. I know Day has the Michigan problem, but Day's been pretty good against the other teams.
And I think the Texas fans are also holding on to what they did to Michigan last year. Ohio State is way farther along than what Michigan was at the beginning of last year. Michigan had a new coach.
Yeah, no, they're not even
Harbaugh
comparable.
was
Michigan was throwing for like 46 yards a game.
Yeah.
All right. So not comparable. Jeremiah Smith is a beast. So yeah, Ohio State 1-0. I feel like 60-40 on this, by the way. Wouldn't shock me if Texas won. Yeah. But I if it was in Austin, I would take Texas probably. 1-0, horns down. Week 2. Grambling's on the schedule. I can dig this game being there, giving Grambling some money, some light, some exposure at the Horseshoe. They've never played Grambling. They don't play a lot of FCSs, and when it is, it's normally Youngstown State. So I can respect this one. I mean, I don't know. It depends on the day you ask me. Sometimes I'm like, they should all play one FCS game. Some days I'm like, nah, they should not play any. Because you have certain teams that don't, and I find like the committee never balances that. The committee's just sitting there eating their fucking fish sandwiches, like Leach said, with their fat little girlfriends. But anyway, 2-0. What are you doing here?
Yeah, this is gonna be awful. 2-0.
Then the Ohio Bobcats, Parker Navarro, man, Parker Navarro. This could be fun. I like the regionality of this one. They've been playing since the 1800s. Do this more often, please. Ohio State wins by 40. 3-0.
Well, and the other thing is Ohio will have just played Rutgers and West Virginia. So this is their third straight Power 5 or Power 4 game. Drawing Ohio State. Ohio State gets it done.
Yeah. Chris B says Ohio State's only laying 3. What did you think? I thought that was going to be the spread. I guessed that without knowing on yesterday's show. I said, what is it, 3? I wasn't shocked by that number. I'm curious why you are.
Yeah, they're co-favorites in the futures market for national championship.
I mean, most top 25s have Texas at number 1. I've seen.
Yeah, and Ohio State too.
Yeah. 3-0. We both have Ohio State 3-0. Then get a bye week. I always loved that Katzenmoyer fucking visor. I remember I had a Street and Smith magazine. They don't even do Street and Smith anymore, man. Isn't that a crime? I used to have a Street and Smith magazine with Katzenmoyer on the front of that. But come out of the bye week and they take on the Washington Huskies at Husky State. This is a sneaky game to me. I think Washington is going to be a little bit better. And obviously there's that time zone thing where I do believe there's validity to that. I think games in the Pacific time zone are much more challenging for teams in the Eastern time zone. And I'm gonna take the Buckeyes, but I don't feel amazing. I think if you're looking for slippery games, I know they have the bye week leading up to it, but I think it could be slippery. I think it could be a slippery game. I think Washington is going to be able to move the ball. And if your D line is not as good, which it's not going to be as good. I'm just saying if they struggle some, could be a tricky game. But give me the Buckeyes 4-0. What are you doing here?
I mean, the Buckeyes got tripped up out in the Northwest last year against Oregon. I'm high on Washington this year. I think there's going to be a stunner here. I think Sayin's first true road start. It's still, I know it'll be game 4 with the 2 new coordinators. I got the Buckeyes tripping up, and I think they storm the field on them out in Washington.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, that's a hard place to fucking win at.
Legendary Husky Stadium, man. It's a classic stadium, 105 years old.
Yeah, give me an early trip-up spot for Ohio State trying to find their identity.
I'm going to take them to get out of this, but barely get out of that. Then PJ Fleck rowing that boat into their castle. the Horseshoe. Series goes back 104 years. Tricky. I think flex teams always when they love that dog roll, but if it was in Minneapolis, I would say they could be live. Give me the Buckeyes, stay undefeated.
Yeah, I got the Buckeyes.
Well, especially if you have them losing, there's no way they can lose two.
Yeah. And then this next one's interesting as well.
Then they hit the road to the Illini, legendary Illinois Memorial Stadium, one of my favorite stadiums in all of college football. Goes back to 1902. This series does. Okay, I'll say by here, sign me up for one. Between this and Washington, I think one of those games they get caught. In Texas, between Texas, Washington, and Illini, I think one of those ones is a loss. Where are you at on this one?
I agree with you. I took the Washington one just because of the travel spot, the travel out there with the time zones. I think that they'll win a tough one against Illinois. But I mean, believe me, man, they have an identity and they got a lot coming back as well. Ohio State got a tough draw in the road games this year.
This is where their D line will be tested the most because I think Illinois' offensive line is pretty damn good. So we're gonna learn a lot about. But then again, I also wonder like how explosive is Illinois? Jeremiah Smith and some of these guys for the Buckeyes could take like one missed tackle and it's like an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
So, but I just think by now you're due for one loss. You're due for one loss by now. They come out of the game in Champaign and they go to Madison, Camp Randall Stadium, take on Luke Fickell and the Badgers. I like to tout this because I feel like I was the only one that I probably listened to like 50 of our competitors just because I'm a college football junkie. I'm always trying to gain intel. And I think I was one of the only platforms that questioned the Luke Fickell hire. I didn't like it. I didn't think it would fit. And I still don't think it will fit. In fact, I think he's going to get fired this year. And I think Ohio State beats Wisconsin in Camp Randall because I don't think Wisconsin's any good. What are you doing here?
I will say this has been a tricky spot for Ohio State over the years. I mean, Fickell's first year, they actually were in the game. I think they had the lead at halftime on Ohio State. And then I forget what year Wisconsin stormed the field on them. I think it was like 2015 or 16. I'll take Ohio State. I'm with you. I'm not high on Wisconsin.
I mean, it is a back-to-back away, and that number is a real number where you play the second end of the back-to-back away traditionally. But Ohio State, I feel like, is one of the outliers to that number.
Yeah.
But enough to be noted. Then they hit another bye week. Look at Woody Hayes saying, I'm done with your bullshit. Short sleeves, snow, no fucking problem. That's football weather, baby. Goddamn Cleveland Browns in a dome. Fucking pathetic. They come out of the bye and Penn State comes to town. James Franklin will never beat Ohio State as far as I'm concerned in Columbus. I've lost so much money taking Penn State in the points. I'm done. They have to prove it to me. Buckeyes, get it done. Go listen to our Penn State preview. I know what you're doing here, but the world does not. So please tell the folks.
Yeah, I've said nice things about Ohio State on this episode. Go Penn State. I'm taking Penn State in this one. This is the year they finally get it done. Hey, stay tuned. I might take you in another game to end a streak.
Ooh. There we go.
Yeah. So that's loss number 2 for me.
Fickell, but it's not a real extension, Abdul. As far as I know, like this was like, who did they extend last year that they fired? They extended somebody that they ended up firing. Who am I thinking of? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank right now. But I can tell you that buyout, I think he might get one more year, considering they have to pay the players $20 million based on that settlement.
Yeah.
A lot of teams, I think, will bring back coaches, but I also think he could get fired too. Like, if there wasn't that $20 million buyout, I would guarantee he got fired. But I think there might be a little room to come back next year. After Penn State, they head to West Lafayette to take on Barry Odom's bunch. Barry Odom was on the show last year. Nice guy. Wishing him the best in West Lafayette. I can wish them the best, but I still know they're going to get their ass kicked in this game. So I will take Ohio State.
Yeah. Man, if Penn State does get Ohio State, poor Purdue. Ohio State boat races them.
Yeah. After Purdue, the Buckeyes host Nico. What did he throw for was he 9 of 31 for 96 yards last year?
The game's in November too.
Oh, it's perfect. So perfect. UCLA is gonna. I'll lay the 21.5 with the Buckeyes. What are you doing here? UCLA comes into the horseshoe.
They're gonna fuck them up.
What is this? November 23rd or something?
November 15th.
Okay.
They're gonna. This is gonna be 38-10.
Yeah, destruction. Then after that, Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights. Greg Schiano comes to town. They've never beaten Ohio State. You know why? Because they can't. Ohio State rolls them.
Did Schiano work for Day?
He did.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was Day or Meyer.
It might have been Meyer.
Yeah, I forget.
It might have been Meyer, actually. It was on the fringe of that. It was on the fringe of that Columbus divorce there.
Yeah, I love the Golden Guido.
I want to say it was Meyer. Right? Because he's been at Rutgers for a minute now. Am I crazy?
He was at Ohio State from 2016 to 18. So yeah, it was Urban.
Yeah, Rutgers. They're not going to be able to score many points here.
Rutgers flirted that one of those games, and then they threw 2 pick sixes, and that was it. Yeah, Ohio State blows out Rutgers at home. So I got them 2 losses. You got them 1 loss, and here we go. The game.
Yes, a game. Ann Arbor, Michigan. Series goes back. The game, they say. The Big House, this year's host to it. Series goes back to 1897. One of the best rivalries, if not the best rivalry in all of sports. I have the same Penn State logic, so forgive me, Buckeye fans. I can't take. Last year, I loaded up on Ohio State with so much money, and I ate shit. I will not take you guys until I see it, especially knowing you have defensive line issues right now. And I think Michigan's going to be a pretty good team on the ground. Now, who knows what the hell with Underwood or Mikey Keene, whoever it is, playing quarterback for them. But I can't take Ohio State right now. And I'm sorry, Buckeye fans. I just can't. It's the same logic I have for James Franklin. Well, the Franklin one's even worse, but similar logic with the James Franklin situation. No, I got Ohio State 10-2. How about you?
So if I said Penn State were to beat you, would you take it if it means you end your Michigan losing streak? I think you would. Ohio State ends the streak. They go into Ann Arbor, and they beat Michigan. 10-2, clinches them back to the college football playoff, and they get to defend their national championship in the playoff. They get a shot.
I mean, what makes you think they can do this? They lost
They're fucking
the heart of their team from a year ago.
Here's why I think the only thing that they care about this year is beating Michigan. Last year, yes, they wanted to beat Michigan, but they also thought they should win the national championship too. This year,
Michigan was putting up $130 every game on offense, dude. Last season was ridiculous.
But that fucking game that they lost to Michigan was so I don't know how they lost that game other than they just got extremely conservative offensively. And after that, they aired it out. I think they air it out. They go back to Ohio State, and they outscore Michigan this year.
Dude, if you air it out against Michigan, you're going to lose.
And I think Underwood's
not the way to do this.
Underwood's going to turn the shit over.
That's okay. You can sell me on that. But I'm not buying it still.
This is Day, man. He got
his day. What is Harbaugh's third baseline?
Hey, Franklin is beating Ohio State this year, and Day is beating Michigan. The streaks are ending.
You're wrong on both. 10-2 for the Buckeyes. Don't worry. I know you guys hate me though, but I just this is from losing bets. All right, I've earned this. The win total is 10.5. So I am on the under. What your final record was?
10-2.
Yeah.
We just got there differently.
Hear me out on this though. So they're plus 190 to win the Big Ten. They're plus 600 to win the Natty, minus 310 to make the college football playoffs. I actually think your best play on the board is plus 190 to win the Big Ten. Hear me out, because if one of those losses is Texas, then you would only have one Big Ten loss, or two can still get you there. Two can still get you there. Who knows what the tiebreakers are, right? Like, I still think like you're playing in Lucas Oil, and then boom, you'll have a shot. And that's pretty decent odds for a team that goes to Lucas Oil, that filthy stadium. Once again, we should be playing. They had a problem with fan attendance at all these conference championships last year, because your team's going to play the next week in the playoffs. So you're like, why would I go to Arlington to see Arizona State if I know we're going to be playing the next week against Texas at a game that really matters, right? Or vice, depending on the scenario, Georgia, Alabama, whatever. If you make it a home game for the team in first place, it changes that.
Yeah.
And you also get rid of playing at a dumbass location anyway. I'm going to take the plus 190 to win the Big Ten, though. I think that's the best play on the board regarding this part of the.
Yeah.
I
just for the Natty, I don't want to play the Natty because like nobody really goes. Ohio State's never gone back to back
for Natties. No, but I'm saying to win the Big Ten, they have.
Yeah, no. I agree with you on the Big Ten. That's where I was looking at 6-1 for the national championship, and I can't get there. I don't think that I don't think that they'll have enough to win the national championship again. But I do agree with you on the Big Ten. They can win the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, but my thing is, you get in the playoffs. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know Sayin's development throughout the year. We don't know Hartline's development. Some of these guys that are super talented on that D line could grow up. You get in, figure it out from there. But yeah, I kind of think probably not with all the inexperience. But I think plus 190 to win the Big Ten. Very logical. Very, very logical. What's that?
It could be Ohio State, Penn State in the Big Ten championship.
It could be, and then Franklin would lose yet again. You get Ohio State speed on that stupid, filthy fucking dome, and it's even worse, right? But I thought they cared about player safety. No. That's the myth. Folks, that's our show. We will be back tomorrow. Not with a triple header though. All right, I need some time. I got a fucking 1-year-old son. My wife hates me. All I've been doing is building slides since fucking 8 a.m. Tomorrow we will be back, though. We will be talking. Speaking of this, Wisconsin Badgers. Luke Fickell. Tomorrow we talk Wisconsin Badgers, and we also talk Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. Those are the two teams we talk about tomorrow. So subscribe to the College Football Experience. We're breaking down 136 teams. Tell a friend. We've been doing this shit for years. Congratulations, Ohio State. And we'll see if Day can get that first dub in a while. I keep thinking of the South Carolina guy who's on the fence. He said, he's all right.
70-10, guys.
Yeah, he just can't beat Michigan. God bless that rivalry. God bless that rivalry. And God bless the people in charge of Ohio Stadium. Let's get it back to grass, though. Till next time, enjoy the slideshow on the way out. Ohio State's got an unbelievable tradition and history. They're everything that's great about college football. And, yeah, I look forward to seeing more of it. This is the College Football Experience. By the way, give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. Check out the college basketball and college baseball experience. And see you tomorrow. Yes, Abdul, the players actually like the turf. Not that I know of. 40% higher injuries. What players have you talked to? We've interviewed a bunch. I don't find that to be the common trait there. Till next time, this is the College Football Experience, Ohio State style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Off so so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. They say the Lord watches over my sins, over my head, watching hair as it thins. Over the ledge, it ain't letting me in. There's still regiments and relevance to letting me win. Win, win, lose or draw. You ain't prepared unless you all ready to lose it all. Losing a brawl? Yeah, that's a ride a day. Good friends know my Nina Hideaway. They came and went, but the riders stay. So it's like I won the lottery and can't be found until I resurface with the latest purchase. 33 and a third and 45 circles. You ain't got that shit. And I ain't 45 king. But on the beats, I've been doing my thing. I start the program and the doorbell ring. I gotta leave town to a place I can't be found. My celly's off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. American dreams, lessons, and still they work. I guess the sand on the beach still was really dirt. Now I'm going home, flying over Rome at 30,000 feet. Like, damn, is that really Earth? I see the killers work on walls, familiar turf. Got a little school in graph, 101 was first. Got a little school in math, didn't really work. But put the numbers on the block and I make them hurt. Any block is my stomping ground where my people lay low so they can't be found. They don't wanna be, ain't from the crew, but I'm honorary. Liquid, soul assassin, psycho harmony. Type of armory that's more than a shield. Type of armory's DeLorean steel. Type of warrior's ill. So true to my sound, but dig deep so it can't be found. My celly's off so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down.
It's the revenge of our stealth, the intelligence plane. Bomber, a manifestation of karma. The far left, low keys, let it be. Listen, whispering words of wisdom. Ghost dog, breathe in the shadow of leaves. Same darkness hides criminals, crooks, and thieves. Special forces, black ops. Bad brains, fishbone, black rock. Matter of fact, Chuck Berry and James Brown. But most of the true story can't be found. Unchained melodies inscribed to freestyle. I rock rhyme mosaics more potent with each style. Crack the system more open with each file. Upgrades and free hotels with these miles. Expansion team dilated peoples in town. If there's a better sound in it,
can't be found. My celly's off so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down.
The name Beatles, and he'll tell you about it now.
Well, I had a vision when I was 12. I saw a man on a flaming pie, and he said, "Your Beatles with an A," and we are.
I don't think anyone didn't want to stop going.